Om Shanti. Baba wants us to have the practice of 5 forms, and whichever form I need, I can emerge it in 1 second. That means one needs a lot of practice. And to experience the benefits of each form, I find that whenever I want total concentration, I want to be merged in Baba, I want to feel elevated energy, then I emerge my eternal self. In this eternal self, detached from body, just a point of light, there is silence, peace within this point. There is love. So I emerge my eternal self. Keep this eternal self for a few moments. Sitting in the center of forehead, detached from body. From eternal self, I emerge my original self, a deity self, divine, pure. And as I emerge purity and divinity, the vibrations are of giving others the experience of divinity. Before I start to speak or do any service through words, I emerge my Adi self, so that the qualities of donor and bestower of blessings emerge. While serving, I don't have desires. I don't want to take anything from anyone. but I want to serve the soul. When you are in this pure awareness of a donor and giver of blessings, all the souls who come in front, they also experience God's love, they experience peace, silence. They start having vision of a deity. Looking at this divine self, the image of deity, they get pure feelings. They awake, their bhavana is awakened, and they also want to serve through their mind, body, and other resources. Then, as I move to another form, is worship worthy form, which reminds me that Baba made me pure, soul and body, both are pure. So memorials are created, idols of deities are put in the temples. Then I emerge angel image of light, very detached and lovely, constantly ready to serve, double right in flying stage. Then I emerge the form of the Brahmin, one who studies and teach others, creates the auspicious omens and celebrates auspicious events in all the families, is expected to be simple and help the family to remove the obstacles. So at confluence age, with the practice, I adopt all these forms for unlimited service. Yes, I have to become 100%, but whatever percentage is there, I immerse that image and serve through different images of the self so that I can reveal Baba. We are the ones who have to reveal Baba through our face and through our activities, thoughts, words, and actions. While doing actions, while serving through words, emerge different forms. Now I take drishti from Baba and go in deep experience of these forms, my 5 forms within the cycle. But at confluence age, I experience, become, and use all these 5 forms.
Shanti. Welcome to our series Original Divine Self, a Deity. Today's day 14, Virat Swarup. Vedahametam Purusham Mahantmadityavarnam Tamasaha Parstat Tameva Viditvati Mrityumeti Nanyaha Pantha Vidyate Yanaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. अनुभव करे, आत्मदर्शन करे, अपने पूज्य स्वरूप का चिंतन करे। आए अनुभव करे, आत्मदर्शन करे, अपने पूज्य स्वरूप का चिंतन करे। आए अनुभव करे। देखे द्वापर में मंदिर में पूजा हुई, देखे द्वापर में मंदिर में पूजा हुई। पूज्य हम ही तो थे वो ना दूजा कोई। वो कतारों में करबद्ध करते नमन, वो कतारों में करबद्ध करते नमन, करते पूर्ण कामना भक्त वत्सल नमन। कितनी श्रद्धा से वो भक्ति पूजन करे, आए अनुभव करे, आत्मदर्शन करे, अपने पूज्य स्वरूप का चिंतन करे। आए अनुभव करे।
Om Shanti. Baba in Murli always talks about battlefield. He mentions about Arjuna and also mentions about scripture Gita. Gita actually means songs, and that is knowledge. The way knowledge is spoken, it sounds very sweet and like a song. It's not that God, they show that Sri Krishna played the flute, yeah, or God sang or spoke in Sanskrit. Baba says, I gave you knowledge in a simple way, but it is truth, it is very sweet. So then they say, Shri Mad Bhagavad Gita. Shri means elevated, Mad direction of God. So God is giving directions for the life. What you should do with your mind, what you should do with your body, what kind of actions you do. Like other scriptures, Ramayana and Mahabharata, they are more the character. The character of Sri Krishna is Mahabharata. Then the character of Ramayana, Rama is Ramayana. But Gita is pure knowledge. Even because they have shown Sri Krishna, and it's a dialogue, conversation of Sri Krishna and Arjuna. Because Arjun is at battlefield. Baba mentions about Pandavas and Kauravas. Because Kauravas were very greedy. They wanted power, they wanted kingdom. And Pandavas, they believed in, values and principles. But because the kingdom was supposed to be given to Pandavas, but Kauravas didn't want it. So Kauravas said they will fight for it. So that's how the battle begins. And in this battle, actually, they show that how Pandavas or Arjun was told that he has to fight. And he said, so when they are standing in battlefield, on one side the army of Pandavas, other side the army of Kauravas. And when Arjuna is looking at Kauravas, he said, I cannot fight. I cannot kill them because they are my gurus, they are my uncles, They are my all relatives. How can I kill them? And then Lord Krishna said, but they are already dead. And if you don't do it, don't kill now, not only you will not get kingdom, but you will be called a cowardice. That means you are scared. And he said, no, they are my family. But spiritual meaning of that is when Baba says, children, you have to be detached because it's temporary relationship. So some definitely argue and say, but they are our loved ones, no? Like someone also wrote me, but they are all my relatives. What is there not to have love? But Baba says you should have love, but not attachment. You should have relationship with them, but not in a physical way. Even you have to show like uncle is uncle, auntie is auntie, right? But internally you know that they are souls. So internally, it's like when we die alive, then we start looking at everyone with that spiritual vision that they all are souls. So Sri Krishna is like talking, trying to convince him. No one point Baba always says that how can knowledge be given in a battlefield? But on the other side, this world, there are two names given. One is called field of action. Field means, of course, one field, there are different, but one is where you sow the seed, right? So as we sow, so we reap. And that is why the name of that battlefield is also Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra is that God taught us what actions we should do. So they show battlefield, but Baba says, you children also, when you come to Baba and you want to conquer vices, you are really on battlefield, especially in the beginning, right? It's difficult for me, for family to accept, society to accept, it's like a battlefield. So Baba comes and so best thing Arjuna decided to do is to give the rein of the chariot and let God be charioteer. Why? So it's not really in a physical way. There is a chariot and Krishna is sitting, holding the rein, and Arjuna is sitting at the back of the chariot. But this is also spiritual significance. And the spiritual significance is that body is the chariot and rein is the intellect. So we give Baba to hold on to our rein or our intellect in the sense to guide us, to direct us. But they have shown proper chariot. Krishna is charioteer and Arjuna sitting at the back. And he said, you take me wherever during the battlefield. And lot of very interesting parts are there in the story. But one is very important. One is when he is asking him to fight. And he said, no, I can't fight. So he has to convince him to fight. So anyway, then finally he decided and then he took his bow and arrow and he said he will fight. No, because he had to be the main warrior in Pandava army. But there were many, many qualities of Arjuna because when he learned from his guru to use bow and arrow, he had focus, so much concentration that anything guru will ask him to do, he will do it. Because when there is concentration, it's very interesting to see then whatever you want to destroy. Like this morning, Murli Baba said, each one of us have some main sanskar, whether it is ego of speciality or ego of intellect or any kind of maybe somewhere getting disheartened very quickly, or not nature of not having that contentment. So there could be one sanskar, but that one sanskar creates obstacles. And always because of that one sanskar, we are defeated. And because of that same sanskar, Baba said, lot of your time and energy is wasted. But if I have concentration and I follow the directions of Baba, even Baba gave very good example today that if you are donor and bestower of blessings, what kind of sanskars you are creating in you of a donor, of a bestower of blessings. So then that will become your main sanskar, not the one sanskar which is left from the vices. And actually we use the word sanskars, but actually there is word sanskar. And that means that all the vices in one way, it's like that same weakness can be become the greed or insecurity or attachment. So this morning Baba said if that sanskar is not there, there won't be any problems. It's very interesting to experiment it. You know, these are the things we understand, Baba's points, but we need to experiment. So this way, also from time to time, right, through our minds, we talk to Baba. We talk to Baba why this is happening, why this is like in drama. While settling karma, we have many questions. So we always have this conversation or dialogue with Baba. And Baba, of course, gives directions, make it clear. So Arjuna was able to, uh, as the step by step directions were given, he was able to follow the directions. But still, because he was not very sure, even he knew that Krishna is God. But that is why Baba says, because I come in an ordinary form of Brahma, you do not recognize. Then he says, if I would have come in form of Krishna, you will immediately recognize me. But he was in front of Krishna, still he didn't recognize because in a human form. And that is where then when he was really kind of, Arjuna was, his energy was very low, he was very down. Then God appeared in the form of what Baba uses the word Virat Rup. So picture we are showing where thousands of heads, thousands of arms. That means all the knowledge in the same form they show even the four different clans from the mouth, Brahmins, that means pure ones, those who have knowledge, what Brahmins do. They always walk with the scriptures. They read scriptures and read to others. So what Baba's children do also is same, right? And then there is warrior class Kshatri. And Kshatri is the strength of the arms. So thousands of arms are shown. Because with arms, you carry weapons and you fight. And then they show Vaishya. Vaishya is who always bargain. It's like merchant. Sometimes in the beginning, they used to tell us, uh, If you are Brahmin, then why you become Vaishya? Vaishya means if Baba take care of this, then I will offer bhog, which is good because for your happiness, for your sorrow, obstacles, you will offer bhog. But I always tell everyone, but you have to offer anyway, right? You should regularly offer, not every day, but even some Thursdays. You just offer, not because you got something or you lost something, right? Actually, if you regularly offer, uh, then you will be anyway free from the sorrow, from the difficulties, from the obstacles. Offering bhog to Baba is something very, it's like trusteeship, everything belongs to Baba, so I offer to Baba. And while you are offering bhog internally, you are offering yourself also to Baba. So one is to offer bhog uh, in a regular way on Thursdays. The other is also we do offer, but not all the time, Baba. If this happen, I will offer you bhog. In path of bhakti, that's what they do. If this thing happen, then I will donate this much. If this happen, then I'm going to donate some more diamond, more gold, or whatever they say. That's called merchant quality. But then Shudras are shown like feet, lowest in the sense of viciousness, telling lies, not being honest, deceiving others, different kinds of negative actions. So Baba makes us Shudra to Brahmin, and we are mouth born because it's through the knowledge. So in that Virat form, they show all these four: the mouth, then arms, then stomach, and the feet. And Baba gives us knowledge. And so some people think it's like a caste system, because in India, they Shudras and but actually when the society is formed, then they divided the duties, that Brahmins will do this for the security of the country, Kshatriyas for running the economic and social system will be Vaishnav. And there were some tasks which were very ordinary, but they were not given this as a caste system. But Baba says it's the degrees of purity. Brahmins are completely pure. Then there are Kshatris, 2 degrees less. Then there are Vaishnav, then Shudras, no purity. So everything really depends on purity. And in this Virat form, they also show 3 aspects of time, 5 elements, like the supreme. Like so, when this form was emerging, Arjuna saw, and he really folded his hands and said, "Now I recognize you are God. I didn't know you are God." That means he knew, but he didn't recognize. But as soon as he saw everything in this form, all elements, all clans, everything in this form, past, present, future, is the knowledge of past, present, future. Then he salutes and say, "Now I know you are God, and I am surrendering to you, and I will do whatever you will want." So that is why Baba mentions that Virat Roop, where they show all this. But it was actually almost half of the Gita. That means battle is on, and he's arguing. Point every step he will say, "Why I have to do this?" So God kind of showed his powers and the way he is, and Arjuna was very, very fascinated, and also after that had 100% faith. So some of Baba's children say to Baba, no, Baba, you have let me go and see in trance, let me go and see, let me see you. But then Baba says, no, children, with knowledge have faith. It is with yoga you experience me. And it is with dharana you take my company. And when you do service, then become my companion. So that is why they show Arjuna sitting and this big, big Virat roop. But also there are many, many qualities. Baba says Arjuna means one who is special. One who just says, yes, Baba, I will do it. So in, when we were young Brahmins, they used to say, any task was given, like a new project will come. Who wants to be Arjuna? That means say, I will do it. That means who is number one, because he was number one. So we also have to be following that. So Gita actually is the directions or Shrimad for the life. First, first few chapters is explain lot on immortality of soul. Now, when soul is immortal, one thing we know that cannot be destroyed, right? Cannot sink in water, cannot be wounded by sword. But immediately, what soul is carrying birth after birth are sanskars. So, second chapter is so good on karma yoga. Like this morning, Murli, to be constant yogi and at service. It's called karma yoga. No? Whatever you are doing is service, but have yoga with Baba. And which was so much in Dadis, they are cooking for Baba, we are doing this for Baba, uh, we are designing a flyer for Baba. Everything you bring Baba, I'm doing for Baba. We ask somebody, why are you doing? Oh, I'm doing for Baba. And it's Baba who is Karan Karavanar. That's another way to remember, right? So, how to integrate serving, that is Karma Yoga, but also Karma Yoga, not yoga with karma, but yoga with Baba. Sometimes, all the time, our yoga is with karma in the sense of intellect is there. You need concentration, you need creativity, but internally, whose task is this? So, remembrance of Baba, not separate from service. And because of this practice, Baba said, when all these dadis, they went to Delhi or anywhere, people really used to say, these are goddesses, Devi. Goddess is an English word, but they say Devi, these are Devi. And they had nothing, right? No food, nothing, no place to live. Whatever little came. But because their face, that royalty and what they were speaking and the through drishti, what they were giving is like Devi, divinity, purity, love, peace. Now, Baba says, at this time, you all have to be like that, as was the beginning. And that's only possible if we have remembrance and service together. And really, it is very, very easy, remembrance, to always remember I am at God's service. Baba is making me do. I am following Baba's instruction. You can bring word Baba in everything. So it will be in your thoughts, it will be in your words, it will be in your actions, remembrance, karma yoga. So Gita also talks on karma yoga. And then also about three gunas, sato, rajo, tamo, of human life, of nature, in the cycle. And Baba uses the word man, mana, bhav. That's from Gita. That is that Arjuna keeps saying, my mind is still wandering. My mind is still not able to concentrate. So then, man, mana, bhav. Focus your mind on me. And for that, surrender to me. When you will surrender that everything belongs to Baba, then where will your intellect go? If this is Baba, this is Baba, you have houses, Baba, you have cars, this is Baba, you are successful, it's because of Baba, whatever is Baba. So when Baba is your world, whom else you will remember? Why will mind wander anywhere? So that is why they use the word. uh, It comes in Murli also. Mam ekam sharanam. Manmanabha mam ekam. That means remember me alone. Come to my asylum. But in other words, we surrender to Baba. And really at this time, for everything, just remember it belongs to Baba. It's Baba's. Then only it will remain safe. Otherwise, karmic accounts and settling, it gets lost somewhere. And in Gita, then finally Baba talks of 18th chapter. Now I have become aware. When there is complete awareness, it could be soul consciousness, I'm God's child, I'm playing my part. That means whole knowledge changes into awareness. Then all attachments finish. And I don't think, do we have attachments? Right. Mm. Change it into pure love, spiritual love. Baba, everything belongs to Baba. I am trustee, right? So that nothing is wasted. It's used in worthwhile way. So I can create my fortune. So this way, when I was listening also to the morning, I read in Hindi yesterday, but I was listening this morning. I listened once or twice. Baba wants us to be like Brahma Baba. Baba said that even Brahma Baba, his face was 93, has no wrinkles. Because internally he was creating these features of a little baby Krishna. So his face was constantly cheerful, very cheerful. Of course, he was never worried. He had no fear. He never got angry. He was 100% truthful. All these qualities were there. But deeply within, this godly intoxication, and then they call it Narayani intoxication, what I am becoming. So even in the history hall, when he sat for Murli, on one side was picture of Lord Krishna, Baba, Baba. Tomorrow I will be this. Tomorrow I am becoming this. Tomorrow. Not I have to become. Tomorrow I will be this. And I really felt that because of that intoxication and faith, his face was like a little child. Was always cheerful. I can say that I never saw Baba not smiling. Very, very natural all the time. Whether there were challenges, whether he was walking, looking at us. In other words, we call it Harshit Mukh, cheerful heart, cheerful face. So we have to follow Brahma Baba and remember what I have to become tomorrow. Each one of us. So that is why Baba says at home, keep the picture of Lakshmi Narayan. So that you remind yourself, what am I becoming? So we call it godly intoxication. I am God's child. Then Narayani intoxication is I am becoming Narayan from human. So that is also emerging the divine self. But also you will remain very happy and there will be power. So that's why Baba gave his example in the Murli, that how Brahma Baba always remembered what I am becoming tomorrow. It's a very beautiful way. Keep reminding yourself what I am becoming tomorrow. So all the qualities, all intoxication, faith, what I am becoming tomorrow. Otherwise, all whatever at present, some still have burden, worries, my I, sanskar, all that uh, becomes like a lot of waste of time and energy. Keep reminding I am at Baba's service and what I am becoming. I belong to Baba, I am at Baba's service and what I am becoming. Tomorrow, I will be this. It's a very beautiful way. Brahma Baba lived his not only 1 year, but whole life like this. And we all have few years, so at least we keep practicing this. I remember when Baba says that always think that this is the last time you are doing it. And before, like we used to say no. And now we know because there are many things we did and we can't do now again. So why not today let it be the best one for everything, for service, for relationship, for because it might be the last day. So if day might not be last, but that same situation might not, same circumstances might not be there because time is changing, no? So I at least remind myself, let's do it today. Who knows tomorrow? Now, especially these days, as I said, drastic changes are happening. So remember to be a constant server and a yogi, and it's called Karma Yogi. I belong to Baba, everything is Baba's, and I am at Baba's service. That's what the example of Hanuman was, that from what he was, from a monkey, he became worship worthy in a temple. That's one of the examples. Okay, so we have to, I hope whatever we are sharing in the evening, we are practicing next day. Of course, what the drill Baba gives and emerging different forms, especially we are working on deity form. So keep reminding yourself so that those sanskars of donor and giver of blessing emerge, and those new sanskars will help us to remove all our old sanskars. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti, brother. Om Shanti, sister. Let me ask you some questions. Which coast are we going to today?
In the West Coast. Good. Now, what is the capital of California? The answer is Sacramento. Good job. Okay, what valley has the Milpitas in it? It is Silicon Valley. So, as you heard in our question answer, that we are going to the United States of America, to the West Coast. We are going to two centers, the Sacramento Center and the Milpitas Center. Are you ready to fly? Let's fly!
So we went to visit Baba's two homes, Sacramento and Milpitas in California. So thank you very much, sisters. Kusumben, thank you for inviting us. Everything looks clean, beautiful, it's unlimited. Very nice. And most tempting was your fruits in the trees. I said, oh, when we going to get those fruits? Do you get lot or just little? Anyway, it was very good to visit.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Sanji, you are inspiration for us. How much sustenance you are giving every day. It's such a great inspiration. Thank you, Mohini.
Do you think I am doing it? I feel it's Baba's plan,
Yeah, Baba is making you do.
It will be 3 months today that he left body, and it's really, really Baba keeps giving us next, And there are some, they are all alone, and many islands, many countries, many students. So it's a good opportunity to be together and share, right?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Hello, Ansaben, Sacramento.
Lovely to Mohini Didi.
Lovely to see you.
Yes, lovely to see you. We are seeing you every day. So we said Dadi Janki is incarnating every day.
Yeah, Dadi is, I feel her presence, right?
Yeah, right.
She wants us to be perfect.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Om
Every day
Shanti.
becomes special day with your company, We said we never seen so many times to Mohini Ben as many times we are seeing, almost 100 days now.
So thank you and Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Okay, let's remember Baba.
सुख सागर के किनारे मेरा गाँव है। सुख सागर के किनारे मेरा गाँव है। जहाँ सतयुग में जाने की मिलती नाव है। धूप लागे जब तन मन को, धूप लागे जब तन मन को, बाबा छाँव है। सुख सागर के किनारे मेरा गाँव है। जहाँ सतयुग में जाने की मिलती